Big Jess, you got a big problem, and that's me, the All-American Steve Rivers, because you are in my way of becoming the #1 contender for the Monster Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, a championship that I held and should still hold. You are in my way, and this is important to me, Big Jess. This isn't a hot dog and a pole match, so it's not important to you, but it's important to me. And you know what? You may be big, but you're not bad, like the All-American Steve Rivers, and that's what you have to be to become the heavyweight champion.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monster Pro Wrestling Madness, the #1 show in Canadian independent wrestling. I'm Martial Art McNeil, the voice of Monster Pro Wrestling, and beside me, as always, stop, collaborate, and listen, it's the Versace Biker Ripper. And folks, tonight, our main event, the Brothers in Flight, challenge the Heat Seekers for the tag titles. This is a rematch from several weeks ago, sanctioned by our commissioner, Yukon Jack, after he saw the way the junior heavyweight champion Knight interfered in the original match several weeks ago. But first, it's time for a lesson in American history as we go back to our Monster Pro Wrestling flashback. This one comes from Battleground, a four-way match between All-American Steve Rivers, Massive Damage, Chi-Chi Cruz, and the Outlaw Adam Knight. And to set this one up for you folks, Massive Damage had just won the title from Steve Rivers, and this was the All-Americans' only bid to get the championship back. Rivers thought he had an advantage with having Outlaw Adam Knight in his corner, but it turns out Massive Damage had a friend of his own in the form of his best friend, in the form of his tag team partner, Mr. Chi-Chi Cruz. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I do. Who do you think you are having a flashback? If anybody should be having a flashback, it should be me.
Truer words were never spoken. I've seen the inside of your medicine cabinet. Let's go to the match. And look at this, we're already underway here. And you know, with this time and so much at stake, you know that Steve Rivers and Adam Knight are going for a cheap shot. I mean, imagine if Adam Knight just lay down so Steve Rivers could pin him. That would mean he's the new champion. You can't have any of that happening. And that's why Chi-Chi Cruz is in this match right now. Keep things even as the three #1 contenders and one champion clash. And right now, oh, look at that.
Well, this is looking more like a tag team match to me than a fatal four-way.
It sure is. But look at this. Steve Rivers and Adam Knight now facing off. And look at this. I think Adam Knight said he was going to help Steve Rivers. But look at this.
Hey,
that's exactly what they did.
about a minute
I can't
ago.
believe it. They read my mind. I've got to start thinking nicer thoughts. Look at this. Assault and battery though. Teaming up to take on the American Patriots.
See, if you figured it out, of course they're smart enough to figure it out, and that'd be a good way to get a new belt for Steve Rivers and another title reign.
I should have booked myself in this match.
You couldn't even be the referee in there. You get any skinnier, you're gonna fall out your butt and hang yourself.
That should be on a greeting card somewhere. But look at this now. Chi-Chi Cruz, Massive Damage, Assault and Battery, firmly in control of this four-way match. But again, like you said, it looks like a tag team match in there. It's Chi-Chi Cruz and Massive Damage taking turns and dropping elbows on Adam Knight. Here we go, Massive point right in his face.
He's showing him a close-up of some good artwork there.
Steve Rivers, though, breaking up the pin. And oh, did you see that? That boot went a little low, I think. Chi-Chi Cruz showing the American Patriots what's going on. But meanwhile, in the other corner, Adam Knight fighting his way out against Massive Damage. And man, oh man, you have to have eyes in the back of your head to call this kind of a match. And look at this, though. Chi-Chi Cruz helping out his partner. And Massive Damage getting set up here. Chi-Chi Cruz giving Adam Knight, hold on, listen to that shot.
I heard that all the way over here at our announce table.
Look at that, they're getting ready to set up again, but look, Rivers coming up from behind. Oh, but another slap, and Rivers with the forearm. And look at a quick roll-up by Chi-Chi Cruz. He just about had a new champion.
Cheech is trying to get himself a belt too. I thought he said he was going to block.
Well, it's easy to let your instincts take over in this kind of a match. We'll have to certainly see what happens. Chi-Chi Cruz and Massive Damage have had some dissension in the past, but they came out a stronger tag team for it.
Here, Massive,
and they say they're solid right now, and I believe them. And you're right, Massive went for the pin. but the shoulder up, and look at this, Cruz going for the pin. Now Cruz going for another cover. And maybe Chi Cruz does want to be the champion after all. But you know what, that's okay. It should be about the best man winning the match. That's what it's about. Chi Cruz and Massive Damage aren't against healthy competition. They're against people like Steve Rivers and the American Patriots running roughshod, making a mockery of the rules, using the rules to their own advantage. And look at this! Adam Knight meets Steve Rivers.
Chi Cruz using Adam Knight as a weapon.
That's for sure.
And a stomp.
Cruz now stomping him over, and again, Cruz going for a pin here. Steve Rivers breaking it up, and look at this! Massive now goes for the cover. And this time Adam Knight able to has the wherewithal to kick out.
Well, this Calgarian stuff, he's showing why he's a part of Monster Pro.
Non-stop action here in our main event here at Battleground. And look at this! Adam Knight with a cheap shot.
The Galata.
Low blow. I don't know what you call it in Spanish, but here in England,
he was just checking to see if he was wearing a jock.
We're live in 80 different countries here, folks. Thank you for joining us. All our friends in Helsinki, in Brusselsdorf, in Zaire. But look at this now. A low blow to Chi Cruz took him out of the match, and now Steve Rivers and Adam Knight are double teaming. Massive Damage.
Well, we're live in Edmonton, and these guys, these rednecks up here, they're tough. Look at
Spine buster, and Adam Knight pinned somebody with that big chest with that spine buster. And look at this, Steve Rivers sensing an opportunity to go right back to it, but now Cruz is back in the ring.
His head hit the mat hard on that spine buster.
And now Adam Knight's on Cruz. Massive is down. Steve Rivers is shaken up. And it looks like Adam Knight, the Outlaw, and Chi Cruz taking things on here in our main event at Battleground. And folks, our next event is Mayhem. It's in a month from now. One of the main events will be a tag team championship match between two of the men in here tonight. Massive Damage and Chi Cruz taking on Evan Inferno and Winston Flynn, the Heat Seekers. Don't forget to join us for that. But now Steve Rivers came just within a hair of getting his belt back with the cover. And there, Cruz sent to the outside again. Now let's see what the American Patriots, if they're going to do some more double teaming on Massive Damage, the MPW Heavyweight Champion.
Well, Rivers showing he's got some technical abilities too with that snap suplex.
Oh, and a double DDT. And we can't take anything away from Steve Rivers. There was no accident. He held the Monster Pro Wrestling Championship. Oh, but look at this. Adam Knight, a cheap shot. There's no friends in here after all. Adam Knight decides he wants to be the champion after all. And Adam Knight just gave away his advantage there, hitting Steve Rivers from behind. He thought he had it all scouted out. He thought he was going to quickly become the champion. But now, headed on the outside. And are we going to see the Outlaw Adam Knight as our new champion? Because I don't know if I want to see him on the box of cereal. Oh, look at this! Cruz back in the ring. And Massive's back on his feet. And are we going to see some patented double team moves? I think we're going to see a double suplex. We've seen this move before. It's spectacular. It's pretty as a picture. And it's going in my martial art gallery. Let's see that again on the replay. Oh, and look at that. And on the left side of your screen, you can see the aftermath of that big double suplex. Everybody down. And Steve Rivers looks like he's Christmas. He doesn't know who to pin first. Well, it won't be that one. He's going after Massive instead. And it won't be Massive. And now he's going after the Outlaw. Steve Rivers
trying to pin everybody.
Like a kid on Christmas morning, not sure who to package up first. Wait, that makes sense. That's all right, though. It looks like Massive's back on his feet.
You never make sense.
Adam Knight's back on his feet. This whole match is chaos. It's anarchy. Let's say it's mayhem, but that's next month's show. And look at this. Oh, my goodness. Massive Damage. And Chi Cruz taking things up, but no. Rivers with the neck breaker.
Cheech and Knight outside.
Cheech and Knight outside. And look at Steve Rivers going for a cover. Don't tell me he's going to be the champion again. Oh my God. I hope we can take another look at that. Let's go to our truck.
Oh, right to the concrete.
Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to see again, but that's all right, folks. A cameraman from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Be patient with him. Look at this, though. The American Patriots now. Double teaming. Massive to the ropes. But look at this. Massive taking on both men. Adam Knight to the outside. Oh, my God. Did you see that? And I don't like Adam Knight, but nobody should have to suffer that. But look at this. Rivers in. Rivers in.
See a replay on that, too.
Rivers in. Wait, we do want to see it again, but I want to see this. Steve Rivers got that deadly Rivers in crossface on Massive Damage. Massive damage. The only man to have broken out. But can he do it again? Can he do it for a second time?
Is Massive gonna tap?
But I think we could have a new champion on it. No, he's reached the rope. He's reached the ropes. Let's look at it again. There we see Adam Wright hitting his steel. Oh my goodness. That's a career ender right there.
Those fans pushing that fence in.
Referee checking on.
Here's Sinner with the chain.
Sin's coming in. Sin's got a chain. Then are we going to see the end? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. The Massive Damage title reign's already up. And look at this. Massive up the chain. Massive Damage picks up the chain. And he's setting him up. Steve Rivers and Dream Street. And look at that. He nails him. And could this be it? Massive going for the cover. 2 and 3. He's got it. He's got it. Massive Damage defends the championship.
Unbelievable.
Big Jess back here once again against Steve Rivers. #1 contendership. You know what? I'm not too worried. Look who I'm beating, the American Patriots. AJ Sanchez, he thought he was bigger than me, but I don't think so. Boris the Bruiser, he was pretty bruised after I was done with him. So tonight, Steve Rivers, yeah, sure, you're a 16-year vet, 17, I don't care. Because I am Big Jess, and just like the shirt says, I am bigger than you. And once I beat him tonight, Massive Damage is next. MPW Heavyweight Championship. It's gonna go around this huge waist. Then I will be the single biggest man in Monster Pro Wrestling. What do you guys say about that?
Moments ago, you saw how All-American Steve Rivers failed in his bid to regain the Monster Pro Wrestling title. Since then, he's been using every dirty trick in the book to claw his way to the finals of this #1 contenders tournament.
Rivers was cheated. He was robbed.
Rivers was not cheated. In fact, if you look at the footage, you'll saw he was actually defeated by Sin in the semifinals, but thanks to a technicality, Sin is out and Steve Rivers advances to the finals. Big Jess is the youngest ever to challenge for the #1 contendership. Can he pull it out? He and Steve Rivers have met before, and Rivers was just barely able to pull out a victory.
Big Jess? He cheated. He's delivering beer. What are you drinking? You haven't been this drunk since your mom was pregnant.
Why do you have to interrupt? Why do you have to be a hater? Has Big Jess's moment arrived? We'll find out next. Big Jess, All-American Steve Rivers. This one's for all the marbles. Here we are, the finals, the crowning moment of this tournament to crown, again, the new #1 contender for the Monster Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And there aren't a lot of people out there heavier than Big Jess, and there aren't a lot of people out there sneakier and greasier than All-American Steve Crimea Rivers.
What are you talking about? Rivers is a consummate professional.
Rivers has got something in his hand. I don't...
No. He had a sandwich. He needed a little energy before this match. He's on the road 24/7, this guy. Give the guy a little bit of slack.
Looks like he's already had quite a few sandwiches.
What are you talking about? What are you drinking there? I can smell you from here. You're always drunk. You're still drunk.
Drunk.
You need a shave, too. You should brush your teeth. I've been putting up with you all night. You know what? Yukon Jack should be out here with me.
No.
I should be the commissioner. You two bums should be doing this job. Who signed this match anyhow? Big Jess?
Big Jess earned his way into this match with victories over AJ Sanchez and Mad Dog McFly.
He cheated in those matches too.
He did not. Rivers, on the other hand, really didn't get a single clean victory in this entire tournament. But nevertheless, he is in the finals, and he is a heck of a competitor, and we'll have to see how he fares against Big Jess.
And he's always the #1 contender. He's the uncrowned champion in Monster Pro Wrestling.
What the heck does he have in his hand? Is he offering Big Jess a hot dog?
He knows the kid's gonna take it. You know he's hungry.
Psychological warfare by All-American Steve Rivers. But it looks like Jess is not... Oh, and Jess takes a bite. Oh, did you see that? And the side headlock from Big Jess, over 300-pound youngster. And he knocks Steve Rivers right on his keister.
Did he just hit Steve Rivers in the mouth with a wiener?
Well, either way, Big Jess climbing the turnbuckles and pounding away on the red, white, and blue head of All-American Steve Rivers.
Well, that's making a mistake. The last place you want to hit Steve Rivers is in the head.
Oh, well, he just did it again, and I don't think he made a mistake there as he goes for the lateral press. 1, 2,
That
enough.
was a tomahawk chop. That's what that was. That's illegal in these parts.
I don't know what you're talking about. And he's now, Big Jess sets him up. Rivers avoids the slam and now going for one of his own.
Whoa, he had one too many hot dogs. Look, He can't even get the kid up.
That was an ill-considered move by Steve Rivers, and he paid for it there. Just with the slam, just with the cover, and another kick out.
Not even close. Not even close.
Steve Rivers trying to clear the cobwebs. Big Jess, though, got him under control. Reversal by the American. Uh-oh. Oh! And Jess drops the elbow.
Oh, that's
And a second.
That's a lot of weight.
And Steve Rivers not looking so good in the early going. And look at that. Third time the charm for Big Jess. And Rivers is just limp on the canvas.
How much beer do you think Big Jess can drink in a night?
I don't know.
A couple kegs?
Steve Rivers barely able to kick out of that one. Big Jess, as we said, has met Steve Rivers before. Steve Rivers able to sneak out with a victory, but it looks like Big Jess has learned from experience as he sets Rivers up in the corner.
He's gonna learn when Steve Rivers takes him to school.
Posts him up again. Here comes Big Jess. No, Rivers.
See, I told you.
Rivers sidesteps it. Now it's a clothesline of his own.
He took his head off with that. You see the size of the arms on Rivers? Check it out.
Rivers showing us the gun show here at Monster Pro Wrestling. Folks, you're watching Madness as Rivers goes for a slow cover, only gets a 2.
That was a 3. He should have been counting an American. Who is this ref? Do you hire this guy too?
Rivers a bit lackadaisical with that cover, but Big Jess trying to fight his way out. Hey, wait a minute, what's Rivers? Rivers going for the eyes.
No, he's trying to help this kid to his feet.
Big Jess in a bit of trouble here, trying to clear his vision. Steve Rivers not giving him a chance to catch his breath, planting that foot right on his throat.
He's helping the kid breathe. He had a hot dog jammed in his throat. He's clearing it so he can breathe, get some wind. He wants the best fight out of this kid.
Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to live in your world, Ripper.
Come stand in my world for a day, you'll find out.
Oh, reverse neck breaker by the All-American. Nicely done. And he looks quite proud of himself, doesn't he?
I'm proud of him too.
Inside cradle, but again, Jess able to keep powering out of it.
There's your #1 contender right there.
He's not the #1 contender yet. He still has to win this match.
He's always the #1 contender.
Not in my book. Steve Rivers, a diabolical human being. And look at him now. He's just clawing away at the eyes of Big Jess.
No, he's trying to help him see.
Come on, Big Jess.
He had something stuck in his eyes. Rivers was helping him get it out of there.
Stuck in his eyes?
He had a hot dog jammed in his eye.
Thank you, doctor. Wait a minute, Big... Oh, look at this, Big Jess. No, Rivers end. Rivers end cross, but Big Jess makes the ropes. And if Rivers had to hit that crossface, this match could easily be over. And now Rivers driving some boots into the kidney area. Big Jess.
Why has he got to cheat and go to the ropes? He should have been a man and took that Rivers crossface right in the center of the ring. Showed everybody how tough he really is.
There's nothing illegal about grabbing the ropes to escape a hold. And it looks...
He wasn't trying to escape a hold. He's trying to get out to that hot dog cart.
The All-American Steve Rivers setting up Big Jess. Could he get it? And he does get him over. And wow.
You see the snap on that? That's power. That's textbook. Look at the pipes. Look at the guns of your #1 contender.
Steve Rivers flexing for the crowd there, and as much as I don't like him, I have to admit, that was a well-executed move, and there's a cover, but again, Steve Rivers not hooking the leg.
How long do you think you guys in your politics can hold down Steve Rivers? He's trying to let this kid breathe again. If this kid would stay off the hot dogs, he wouldn't have this problem.
Stay off the hot dogs?
Stay off the hot dogs, that's my advice. Stick to the beer, kid. You were doing good when you were showing up to the shows drunk, just like martial art. Having a flashback. You got a lot of nerve having a flashback too, like I told you earlier. Anybody's having a flashback around here.
Words to live by from the Ripper. And Steve Rivers collides with Big Jess's elbow in it. Jess comes flaring out of the corner. And now going again. No, Rivers again going for the crossface.
It's over, ring the bell.
No, it's not over. Jess still too close to the ropes. He manages to grab hold. And come on, Rivers, break the hold.
You tell him, Rivers, count it a little faster, ref. Get with the program around here. That's the crookedest ref I ever seen all night. That's the slowest count in history.
Count? He was going for a submission, but okay.
He should have called him out anyhow.
Wait,
do you even watch the show?
Rivers trying for another cover, and again, not able to get the 3 count.
You should do your homework before you get here. Maybe you would know what's going on.
I do my homework. You should stay at home. You should be homeschooled. Or any kind of school. Rivers.
I told you I got my grade 12.
Rivers, wait a minute, Rivers got him up. Rivers got him up.
You're talking about my education.
And look at Rivers staggering now. I think Rivers threw his back out there.
Where you get your
trying to show
education?
off.
Huh?
Talk about the match.
You
Talk about
ordered,
the
you
match.
ordered yours from one of those little matchbook covers or something.
Blah,
Then you got
blah,
your
blah.
books
Cut
at
his
your house.
mic. Cut his mic.
You know what? I got
Rivers
my
off
grade
the
12.
ropes.
I told you 100 times. I went to grade 6 twice.
Rivers dropping the knee across the skull of Big Jess. And now the cover, and this has got to... No! It's still not over.
It should be over. There's your #1 contender. You might as well just give him the heavyweight title right now.
Well, Steve Rivers might agree with you, but I sure wouldn't. Big Jess, he says he's bigger than you, but he's in a whole lot of pain right now as Rivers tying him in knots. But I don't think he'll get Big Jess to submit.
He's twisting this kid up. He's tying him up like a pretzel. Look at the look on his face.
Well, there's no question Steve Rivers extremely accomplished in the ring, an extremely competent performer. As look at this, now he's got the leg, he's got the arm, he's got the neck hook. Big Jess has got to be in a lot of pain.
That's a new version of the Rivers cross face.
A part that doesn't involve crossing or the face?
That's right.
Okay.
That's how technical it is, you wouldn't even understand.
Wrestling 101, courtesy of the Versace Biker, folks. And boy, oh boy, I wonder how much longer Big Jess can hold out here.
Well, he's got his hands full. You got that right.
The crowd chanting, Rivers sucks, Rivers sucks. And folks, I'm an objective broadcaster, but I'd be inclined to join in along with them. You can do it at home.
You better show some respect to Steve Rivers.
Oh, wait, what's going on here? American whip to the turnbuckle. Big Jess stunned. Rivers thinks about it. Now he comes in. Holy smokes. Rivers splash. And Rivers just, and wait a minute. Big Jess completely unfazed. And Big Jess showing how it works with the splash in the corner. And Rivers just collapses to the mat. And Jess off the ropes. And a splash. And this could do it. This is it. New #1 contender. There's the referee.
Not even close. It takes a lot more than that to beat Steve Rivers.
Not even close. That's as close as you can get. 2 7/8, folks. And I thought for sure Big Jess would be going to the big dance.
You got both contacts in the same eye.
Big Jess, side slam, and another cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, oh, man.
All he's going to do is make Rivers mad, then you're going to get a beating.
Make Rivers mad. He's practically planted Rivers. He'll need a spatula to set him up for his next move.
Spatula? Holy, you're right. That's a lot of weight. That could be dangerous. That falls on
Rivers
him.
off the ropes.
Oh! There's 350 pounds right on his head.
Rivers with quite the counter there, driving Big Jess down to the mat.
I think he put a dent in that ring.
Wait a minute, Rivers saying it's over.
It's over. The kid's out. Count it. There's your #1 contender.
Not yet, he's not. And there's still a lot of fight in Big Jess.
There's a lot of hot dogs in Big Jess. A lot of hot dogs. You'd be surprised how much.
Rivers off the. Wait a minute, wait, what happened there?
He tripped him. The kid's cheating.
I think Rivers complaining that his knee's down. Come on. I don't think.
He blew his knee out. He's throwing around too much weight with this kid. Disqualify him right now.
I don't think Rivers might have blown out a knee. I don't know what's going on. The referee telling Big Jess to get back. I don't think Big Jess believes it for a second. And neither do I. And wait a minute, Rivers from behind.
Look how quick he recovered. That's a true
recovered. He was shamming. He's got it in it. I think Jess is tapping.
It's over.
Yes, he does. Big Jess tapping.
There's your #1 contender. I told you.
I don't want to see it.
See, Steve Rivers, what a nice guy he is. He's trying to help this kid adjust his neck. He's also the staff chiropractor around here.
I can't believe it. Another tainted win for Steve Rivers.
Tainted? That was beautiful. That was textbook. He took this kid to school.
Textbook. Look at him jumping up and down like a 15-year-old cheerleader. Come on, get it up.
The seasoned veteran just beat up one of the young bucks around here, one of the young studs. You'd be happy too.
Boo hiss. Well, one way or the other, All-American Steve Rivers is the new #1 contender for Massive Damage's heavyweight champion.
That's right. Now he's got to face Massive. He's got the title lined up.
Look at that smirk. Oh, makes me sick.
That's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's Monster Pro Wrestling.
Well, you got to give all the credit in the world to Big Jess as you see the new #1 contender exiting the ring. But Big Jess definitely gave it us all here tonight. The youngest person ever to compete for the #1 contendership. You have to have it in for him. You have to give him a round of applause.
Well, kid, you still got your day job. You can still drive the beer truck. Be thankful. At least you'll get a paycheck there. You get the loser's end of the purse.
Folks, coming up next, our main event, tag team action.
Hoy día tenemos un chance. The few months that I've been in Canada, I learned one thing. To go to the top, you gotta win those tag titles. Y hoy día, eso que vamos a hacer. Vamos a ganar y vamos a salir arriba. Y mi amigo Kamikaze tiene algo para decir. Kamikaze?
Evan Inferno, Winston Flynn, the Heat Seekers, Brothers in Flight are in the house. And we're gonna fly high and we're gonna death defy. We're gonna get crazy. Tag titles are coming home to the Brothers in Flight.
I'm standing here with the Heat Seekers, the new Monster Pro Wrestling heavyweight champions, who won the titles in rather controversial fashion last month.
Whoa. Listen, you toothpick. There was nothing controversial about it. The Heat Seekers, we destroyed Massive Damage and Chi-Chi Cruz like the punks that they are. Tell them, Evan.
Well, you have to...
Hey, you just shut up. That's right. At the last show, last month, we took out the former champs to proclaim our throne as the current and most dominant and baddest team in Monster Pro Wrestling.
Baddest team, you haven't even defended the...
I'm not done. Shut your hole.
What are you interrupting him for, huh? What, do you think you're better than him? You think you're better than Heat?
Yeah, do you?
No,
huh?
no, absolutely.
Do you?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. We got a little present for you.
You want another wedgie?
No, no wedgie, please.
But we'll tell you what, man. We kind of like you, so we got a present for you.
Present?
But you gotta close your eyes.
Close my eyes?
Close your eyes. Come on.
You trust us, don't you?
What are your friends? Okay.
Okay, close your eyes.
Tell my mother I love her.
Courtesy of the Heat Seekers.
I really hate those guys. I wonder if they do souffles.
That's my favorite tag team right there, the Heat Seekers.
Well, we'll see how tough they are without their pies. Folks, after Knight interfered in the last match between these two teams, we saw some friction between Eclipse and Kamikaze, the Brothers in Flight. So the question is, are they on the same page? They'll have to be if they hope to beat the Heat Seekers. Tag team main event coming up. Sly stepping out of bounds, and listen to the ovation. Kamikaze and Eclipse hearing it from the fans. Both extremely popular and both looking forward to a shot at the Tag Team Championship.
You're talking about Winston and Evan, right? They are the champs. And you're right, they are very popular.
You're not watching, you're not listening, what are you, Helen Keller?
Hey, listen.
I'm going to hell for that joke.
Did you just make a current event joke from the 1800s?
I was asleep for a long time. I was frozen. Crowd absolutely going nuts. This is our semi-main event. Still to come, that barbed wire match between Massive Damage and Darren the Bomb Dalton. Folks, this is such a dangerous match. We actually have paramedics standing by, and I hope they're standing close to the ring. That barbed wire, razor sharp, so easy to cut an artery, slice a tendon.
Viewer discretion definitely advised.
Put the kids to bed.
Well, the fans got to be aware.
Actually, violence is good for
at any
kids.
time. If somebody does get cut too bad, we are going to stop it. The wrestling commissioner has said this is the first time ever in Alberta we're paving new roads.
Well,
we're going where no one else has got the testicles to go.
Are we allowed to say testicles? Nobody told me.
We just did. Huevos in Spanish.
Well,
you know, Ripper,
they can beat me out anytime.
It's a shame that the Brothers in Flight don't have an extra luchador mask. We could put it on the guy in between us here in the booth and get a lot better looking.
What? Maybe you should put a luchador paper bag over your head.
They don't have one that fits.
That's true.
I do have a big head.
You have a pretty small head.
Well, we're gonna put a plastic.
Not what I heard.
Over your head.
Well, your heads should have the bag over it when you're
duct tape
throwing up in it.
You.
And Winston Flynn starting things off with a side headlock. Eclipse his opponent as Flynn takes him over. Winston wasting no time going for a count. I don't think he'll put Eclipse away that easy. And Eclipse with the head scissors. And Flynn trying to work himself out using the headstand.
Look at this.
Eclipse saying no way, torquing on that neck. And Flynn gets his way out and drops
Flynn
him
with
over.
a variation of a Chinese headstand there, and now he's on top.
That better not be more racial stuff. The CRTC was very clear.
Well, they are allowed to bleep us out. That's the beauty of television.
Oh, man! Winston Flynn not wasting any time with pulling out the high-impact moves right from the get-go. But you have to do that when you're facing guys as agile and quick as the Brothers in Flight. You just have to end this as quick as you can. Take the wind out of their lungs. Take the starch out of their legs. Take the stuff out of their fast-moving thing.
I think the longer the match goes, the more it favors the Brothers in Flight.
You got that right.
That remains to be seen. Eclipse using that agility to reverse the wrist lock. Flynn in a bit of trouble. Look at Evan Inferno on the turnbuckle berating the fans.
He needs to focus on what's happening inside the ring and not outside the ring.
Yeah, he needs to focus what's happening on the inside of the ring and not hitting people with pies or wedging them. And Winston Flynn trying to separate the shoulders of Eclipse. Rearing back. He's got his head in there as well for a little added pressure. Winston Flynn, he's a bit of a veteran. He knows all the tricks. And Eclipse able to reverse it.
Did you say he just turned a trick?
No, I would not.
Look at that.
Winston Flynn with a roll up, but no, Eclipse with a counter.
A couple of close
Oh,
calls.
and a cheap shot by Inferno. Eclipse didn't even feel it. He went right to the side headlock as well. And if you're Eclipse, you have to start thinking about trying to open things up here. He gives away a lot of size, as we just saw in that exchange. You gotta use your speed. You gotta use your agility. Use what brought you to the dance.
Oh my.
Oh! That didn't work out so well. Oh! T-bone suplex.
Oh, and it's time for the Ripper replay.
Well, replay on that. Eclipse bounces right back up and takes him down with a spinning heel kick.
Oh, look at that one again. Wow.
And these fans want to see Kamikaze get in the
And
ring.
they are about to see just that. Kamikaze spins into the ring. And I don't know, Kamikaze known for showing off a little bit. You might want to be careful with that.
Has he been eating Jolly Ranchers?
He's the acrobatic psychopath. The great nephew of George the Animal Steel.
Mine. The 30-year-olds will get that reference.
George the Animal, that kind of reminds me of that uncle of yours we were talking about earlier.
The one who took him downstairs in the basement.
I pointed to the dolly where he
And
touched me.
these two wrestlers engaging in a Roman knuckle lock at the moment.
Exactly. Knuckle lock, Winston Flynn backing down Kamikaze. Kamikaze, though, so flexible and pretty strong in his own right as he fights right back. Let's see how flexible Winston Flynn is as he finds himself bridged to the mat.
And look at Kamikaze putting that leg behind the calf of Flynn.
That's right, using leverage. And look at Flynn just going to work with those knees.
Oh!
But Kamikaze goes back. Kamikaze influenced by the Japanese style and not just with his ring attire.
Makes the tag at the same time as an arm whip.
Very smooth tag.
Into a deep arm
Very
drag.
fluid.
And now Eclipse back
Replay
in.
on that.
Oh, for the... You know, we have to pay for these replays.
It's the Ripper replay. I'll sponsor it. I'll pay for it myself.
We're all paying for it every time you're here. Oh, senton!
All right, I'm digging deep.
And now the back moonsault. Standing moonsault into a cover.
A double replay. Look at that one again.
And the self-professed player in Monster Pro not faring too well as Evan Inferno getting a face full of mat right now.
Absolutely. Kamikaze strongly in charge. Using the arm lock. Evan Inferno, the mean machine, trying to fight his way out of it.
These kids making some quick tags.
And that's how you be successful in tag team wrestling.
All these guys are getting
Basic
smarter,
thing.
employing a little more
That's right.
strategy in every match.
Quick tags, cut the ring off, isolate the man, and isolate a body part. In this case, the left arm, the port arm of Evan Inferno. Hold that. Magistral cradle.
Wow, that was close.
Inferno barely able to get his shoulders up. And this is for the tag team championships. And so far, Eclipse and Kamikaze working very smoothly together. And hopefully it will continue that way. They had a bit of a miscommunication last month thanks to the interference of Knight. But so far they seem to have patched things up and are working extremely well as a team.
This is textbook tag team wrestling. They've got that ring cut in half. They've isolated their opponent and a body part.
Oh!
Now they're in that neutral corner.
And a kick to the face.
Right to the mush. And notice.
What, can you call that one the Ripper replay?
I'm not even listening to you. Oh, here we go. Springboard. Ooh, perhaps not. German release suplex. Jehoshaphat.
As we come out of that last replay, they're already smashing him with another move. I can't believe the pace these guys have set here.
I know, Ripper, I know.
Non-stop action at Monster Pro Wrestling.
Winston Flynn with a kick to the stomach. Did you want to see a replay on that, Ripper? No, I was just kidding. Don't actually. Oh, brother.
Right on, thanks.
Ripper gets what
Winston
Ripper wants.
Flynn lowering the forearm. Winston Flynn lowering the boom on Kamikaze. And notice how quickly things are changing around here.
When there's two men on a team, the tide can shift twice as fast.
And
yes,
think about that one. About having two men on top.
Uh-oh.
Why can't you pick on somebody else for a while? I mean, really, but I'm not going to let you get to me. I'm a professional. Kamikaze trying to make the tag. Winston Flynn turns it around quickly. Winston Flynn nearly got caught napping as he was going for his own corner, but he was just in time able to recover. And now Winston Flynn distracting the referee and some chokes there. Eclipse into the ring. And the referee trying to get Eclipse out. And this could be bad, bad, bad news for the acrobatic psychopath.
What a smooth tag.
Smooth tag? There was no tag.
Taking him back to the mat.
Evan Inferno trying to choke out Kamikaze. Cut off the blood supply to the brain. Cut off the air supply to the lungs. No, wait, also to the brain. Biology wasn't my strongest subject.
I think recess wasn't your strongest subject.
I like nap time.
Hey everybody, Kamikaze's getting back on his feet. Kamikaze off the rope. Oh, drop kick. I don't even think I've ever seen Evan Inferno lift his...
That's the first drop kick I've ever seen out of him.
The Mean Machines learn to fly. This is bad news for the rest of the tag team division.
Demonstrating some skills in departments that we never thought these guys had. That's why we're there.
Oh, and a slap to the face.
Inferno makes the tag, utilizes that 5 count to get out of the ring and gets in a cheap shot. Again, I can respect it.
He hit the trifecta there, that's for sure. And Winston Flynn with a little boot to the ribs. And Kamikaze, and extremely resilient. We've seen that in match after match, how much punishment he can take. But that is the question, how much punishment can he take? And again, Eclipse coming into the aid of his partner.
And not doing him any favors by this.
No,
the
that's right. And we saw this.
You can't see the double team happening right now.
And we saw the same kind of miscommunication last month, only this time it was due to the interference of Knight, pulling Kamikaze off their apron. Kamikaze hit the floor. And Kamikaze hitting the floor again tonight, and now Evan Inferno's got him, and he's not. Evan Inferno teasing the fans a bit. And then throwing them back in the ring. Here's our cover. And I think just a 1 count. That wasn't much of a cover at all by Winston Flynn. Snapmare takeover. Winston Flynn still working on the head and neck of Kamikaze.
Kamikaze's got to be careful or he's going to lose his mask here. His hood looks to be coming off.
Well, then we'd all know his secret identity.
I heard he's Peter Parker under there.
Uh-oh. Kamikaze using those kicks. He's coming. He's got him. Crucifix perhaps. Yes, he's got him now. 1, 2, and he just about stole Winston. He just about stole Winston Flynn's lunch money, and what a shot! And was he able? Was that a tag? I'm sure I saw contact made there. Well, I'd like to know if that was a tag or not.
There was no tag.
And there's that clothesline again. Wow!
There was no tag there either.
But there's a cover by Winston Flynn, and this time the referee wasn't turned around.
The referee heard a tag, but he didn't see a tag.
Well,
I might have to have a chat with him after the show tonight.
But when Winston Flynn and Evan Inferno do it, he lets it go when he hears one.
He didn't hear it, or he didn't see it.
Yeah.
If you think you see what you hear, it's different than if you hear what you think what you see. I'm confused.
I don't like these philosophical speculations.
Well, around Monster Pro, you don't want to believe anything you hear and only about half of what you see.
Well, I don't believe anything I hear from you, Ripper, and I can't believe what I see. Holy smokes. Have we used this cliche yet? Ripper, you fell off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Oh, you keep it up.
And look at Evan Inferno winding it up and ooh, fist right to the head. Come on, referee.
Keep it up.
Keeping it up's my business. Tag by Inferno, Flynn back in the ring. And the champions have been working smoother and smoother with each outing. Look at that. Neither man in the ring for any length of time.
Flynn putting that size 12 square between the nipples.
And again, low risk, high reward moves by the Heat Seekers. Punches, kicks, elbows. Not taken to the air, not gambling. And that's the way you do it when you're a champion. Remember, they have to beat you. You don't have to beat them.
The Brothers in Flight, though, need to shift the momentum in this match. Maybe it's time for them to start taking some risks, looking for that big payoff.
Well, you can't take risks if you're flat on the back on the mat or set up on the turnbuckle and being punched in the face by Winston Flynn.
Could this be the mistake by Flynn, though? This looks to be high risk. He's taking it high impact, that's for sure.
Winston Flynn maybe deciding. Being ready, and oh no, he gets shoved right off.
What are we going to see
here? And when I say I know, I mean oh goody. And wait a minute, Kamikaze perched on the top. Kamikaze missile dropkick. Holy smokes!
Living up to his name with
air
a
medicine hat.
dropkick.
Wow, let's check out the replay.
Holy
Look
moly!
at that one again.
Inagata Davida.
I want to see that again.
Okay, you already saw it again.
I got to see it one more time.
Kamikaze trying to make the tag, as is Winston Flynn. Both men, I'd like to say it's a foot race, but it's not. More like the tortoise and the tortoise. Both men stunned, and I think Kamikaze disoriented. And here comes the no. He makes the tag.
Fresh
Eclipse back in. Drop kick and another. Oh, we've seen that move before. Flynn turning around and he gets the same. Winston Flynn gets the same business. And there we go. Hurricane Rana. Evan Inferno right out of the ring. And there's another.
Wow.
Only two men left in the ring.
Incredible agility by Eclipse.
He surely is, and now both men in. Are we going to see some double teaming here? Double teaming, high flying, dreaming, and it looks like we're seeing in stereo, folks. Get your 3D glasses ready.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
This is action that you won't see anywhere else except here on the Access Network, Monster Pro Wrestling.
And there's nothing like seeing Monster Pro live. I mean, the show is great, but you can't believe the adrenaline in the air, and that just proves it as we look at the replay. Wow!
You just had to sneak that in, didn't you? Here we go. Eclipse setting up Inferno. Falcon Arrow perhaps. The end is near. If Eclipse can hit this. He's pinned so many men with this. He's got him up and down. It's in the history books. New champions. Wait a minute. What's the referee do? What's going on?
Be the legal man. Is he the legal man?
I don't know what's going on. Wait, Knights, Kamikaze. And here we go. Shooting star.
Oh my God!
And that'll do it.
They're on their feet here.
He's got it! New champions! The Brothers in Flight are the new tag team champions in Monster Pro Wrestling. And Ripper, yes, we can take another look at the replay.
Oh no! The changing of the guard.
You want to rethink those taco jokes?
Oh my God! How lucky can these guys get?
High impact plus high flying equals high probability of a 3 count, and that's what we just saw right there.
Absolutely, Yukon Jack. You can do the math like no other. as we take a look once more at Kamikaze and Eclipse, the Brothers in Flight, the new tag team champions.
Looks like you're going to have to get in the ring with massive damage and barbed wire.